somber week. Welcome to the Mat Attack. Since my last Mat Attack, Jules Bianchi passed away. He was a Formula 1 driver I had the privilege of seeing at a young age, doing a youth event at Silverstone when I went to see it when I was 21. He I must have been about 15, 16 at the time, but it's a youth event. It was part of the pre-race thing. He was an inspiration, I suppose you could say. Came from a working class background, worked through the Ferrari driver program, which I'd had a chance to meet him personally. I will never get the chance to do it now, but Man and Marisha, who are my team this year, you scored their first ever points, Jules. Merci, Jules. Right. Now, as a wrestling fan, people have been asking me about the Hulk Hogan race row that's going on. For those of you who aren't aware, Hulk Hogan was fired from WWE. I believe it was on Friday. Just gone for allegedly using racial language. Ironically, this is in a home movie, for lack of a better term, with his former friend's ex-wife. Terrible, terrible business to begin with, but it's providing a lot of controversy because he was right to be fired for what he did. At the same time, people were saying, how can a man do that, seeing as how once upon a time he said the N-word live on a pay-per-view? I'm not going to find defend this man for that. I'm not going to say that Hulk Hogan should be defended for what he's done. End of the day, it's Vince's company, and Vince will do what he thinks is best for business, to quote the hashtag. But Vince was doing it whilst WWE was still being edgy before the PG era. Times have changed in that amount of time. I think it's been a good 10 years since Vince said that. I'm not condoning it. I'm not condoning what he said at the time, but the context was very, very different. I'm not going to go too much onto it for fear of potential libel, but personally I think that this story's going to roll and roll, and I hope I don't have to do more on this. Okay, I'm going to try and sum up a major football points that's been happening for the last few weeks, very quickly. Number one, Raheem Sterling has finally left Liverpool for 44 million plus add-ons. I'm grateful to see him go. Not because he was a bad player or anything, but because the side's now over. If he wanted to play for someone else that badly, he can go and play for him, as far as I'm concerned. Although his first touch where he fell over the ball is one that I'll always remember. Liverpool replaced him with the signing of Christian Benteke, who I think for 32.5 million was a bit of a steal, to be honest. I'm surprised someone else didn't go for him sooner. Everyone's saying that it's a move down. I'm biased. I'm going to be saying this, obviously. I think Liverpool is a good move for him. Will he move on to Barcelona or Real Madrid? Who knows? All I know is that for now, he's a Liverpool player and he will do the job for Liverpool. I believe that. Other footballing stories in Delft proving that saying that you're going to be loyal to a club for 6 days and then doing a U-turn. I'm not sure how Man City fans are going to feel if he becomes the next Zidane. If he says, oh, I'm going to be loyal to Man City, and then a few days later he signs for Real Madrid, for example. All I can say is that there are ways you go about transfer moves. And I say this to Raheem Sterling and to Fabian Delph. There are ways you go about moves. You do things amicably, like Bastian Schweinsteiger. He left Bayern Munich for Man United because there was no guarantee of getting first team football at Bayern Munich. Steven Gerrard left Liverpool in this summer to go to LA Galaxy because there's no guarantee of first team football. Personally, I think that they handled their dealings much more amicably. Their manager was straight up with them, and the players and agents didn't try and showboat or scream for more money. They said, okay, if we can't get guaranteed first of all, we'll go elsewhere. Raheem Sterling and Fabian Delph were first teamers in their teams. If they said, I want to go and play for a different team, then that's fine. Raheem Sterling was saying it off and on depending on which paper you read, and AD Ward, we won't go into that again because I'm going to go back onto Raheem Sterling, and I've finished talking about Raheem Sterling. So, yeah, the only other football news, of course, is the World Cup draw for Russia. It's been made. England are playing Scotland. I will obviously be pulling for England in that game, despite the part of me that is Scottish on my father's side. I'll be definitely pulling for England. An added bonus is that it's on Armistice Day, 11th of November 2016. It's a Friday. Wembley will be absolutely packed to the rafters. Not that it will make much of a difference to the game, to be honest, but obviously the press are going to hype it up, but, you know. Bring it on. I'm going to end this week with a slightly different topic. I'm going to talk about the Proms. It's not something I'm actually particularly interested in. I'm not a massive watcher of the Proms. I like music, don't get me wrong. A lot of people talk about the history of the music and this, that and the other. This year, there's a Doctor Who prom, like there always is. They could use a lot of classical music in that. There's a CBBC prom. I don't know what that entails. Someone has to fill me on that one. But this year, for the first one, there's a Radio 1 Ibiza prom. This will cause quite a lot of outcry. I'm not quite sure why. The whole point of a prom is to celebrate music. And the whole point of this prom is to celebrate 20 years of Radio 1 in Ibiza. Without the BBC, the proms wouldn't be there. I mean, we're all growing up differently. I mean, to quote Geraldine Grange from Vicar of Dibley, some people get sentimental over Elvis Presley, for example, because it was what they listened to growing up. Some people get emotional about Tommy Steele because of what they listened to growing up. There are some kids who are going to be growing up about 4, 5, 6, like my nieces and nephews, who are going to get sentimental over Let It Go. It's what you do with the music, in my opinion, that counts. So those people who are getting all up in arms about the whole doesn't deserve to be there sort of thing, it's just music. You know, let it move you. Okay, certain songs make me cry. Certain songs make me sing. Not very well. And some songs make me dance. Every song provokes a reaction, be it a positive one or a negative one. Everyone should have their chance. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's my matter take for this week. Summertime is usually a quiet week time for me. Mainly because I for one, I've got a lot to getting on with regarding work and friends and so on. Also, I have not a lot of sport to talk about, which is primarily what I do. So yeah, once again, merci Jules, you'll be missed. I'm Matt. I'm out of here.